What specifically has pointed you into thinking that it's actually her husband?
Well, when it started off, Phil, we found the bicycle at the bottom of a ravine, and my brother-in-law is a really good hunter and an expert tracker. And he thought that maybe Suzanne had ridden over the side of that, gotten injured, disorientated, and fallen into the river, and or a bobcat had attacked her. Well, I stood on that bank of that road, and I looked down, and I thought to myself, no, that didn't happen. There's no blood trail. And if I had ridden a bike over there, it would have been pretzelized, and my knuckles would have been hamburgerized. So no blood, no things of that nature. So I told him, I said, Barry, look, she didn't get taken by a puma. There's no mountain lion involved here. He acted like he didn't want to hear that. But he finally came to the realization that everybody else realized that didn't happen. So the next thing, he's hauled in and questioned and interrogated by the CBI. Won't take a lie detector or a voice analysis. And that bothered me deeply. Thirdly, the EVI information, which is called electronic vehicle information, on his truck did not line up with his timeline of events that he laid out for the police. Fourthly, since then, some of his employees have come forward speaking of the smell of chlorine at a hotel room that he hastily got for them to set up on a wall project where they were building a wall.
When was the last time that you had a face-to-face conversation with him?
May 11th.
Is he at all aware of what you have found, other than the conversation we're having now, which of course he's not listening to, but does he have any idea that progress may have been made in finding something?
I don't believe he does, no.
Assuming this is Barry, what would you expect next?
Well, I think that an arrest would be made. Obviously, he'd be prosecuted for the crime.
And of course, he has absolutely denied this. He said he's not doing it. I want to be very clear about that. We can't say that he did it. I'm not saying that he did it because he's not here to deny it. And if he was, he certainly would. You may or may not know that I'm trained in forensic psychology, and I've learned to go back and find out that there's a link in every chain. And this took place on Mother's Day weekend, and that he left on Sunday to go to Denver to work on a job. Would you expect that to be part of that relationship, or him to take off and her to go riding a bicycle on Mother's Day?
No, it doesn't sound anywhere near normal to me. And like I said, the EVI information on his truck didn't line up, Phil. He said he saw her at 5 a.m., and he did not.
And how do you know that?
Testimony from an employee that he was rambling down the road texting people at 4 in the morning trying to get them to go to Broomfield.
So
can't be at home at 5.
And talking to somebody on the road at 4.
Right.
That is, so that the timeline doesn't add up at all.
No, not at all.
You've got two nieces, Mallory, who's now 22, and Macy, who's 16. Would she go off riding by herself, or would she be in contact with them? Would she go off the radar for 7 days and have no social media presence, no presence electronically for that period of time with her daughters?
No, absolutely not. They were on a camping trip with the church, and
right.
On their way home, wanted to wish their mother a happy Mother's Day. Got no answer. They called their father, said, Dad, we can't get a hold of Mom. He tried. He says he tried, couldn't get a hold of her. And he asked the neighbor to go over and see if she was home. So the neighbor goes over, opens the garage. The cars are all home. She returns to her phone, calls Barry. Cars are home. Barry says, what about her bicycle? The lady says, I'll have to go back over. So she runs back over, looks, no bicycle. The odd thing to me was at midnight on Saturday night, I want you to realize she was seen in town with Barry getting a sandwich at 4 p.m. At midnight, somebody friended all of the guys my age on her Facebook. At midnight.
At midnight?
Yeah. My theory is she was killed after 4. Her Facebook was manipulated at midnight. She was hidden between midnight and 4 a.m. on Mother's Day morning.